Hi everyone, this is Tanya here from the Man to Man Coverage Podcast channel. Welcome back to the 2021 NFL Prediction Series. Last time we did Week 2, today we'll be doing Week 3. First of all, as you notice, the setup's a bit different. I have these really neat LED lights. I've had them for a while, and I thought that I'll try them out for the video, so there's different color options. So for, the different weeks, I'll be doing different colors. That'll add some nice touch to the background. So looking at Week 2, I went 9-7 in my predictions. Washington did win, but so did the Panthers. This was a pretty nice win for Carolina. They're looking great. Tampa Bay, Arizona, and Green Bay also got wins. AFC versus NFC, I did not do too well in this column. The Bears won, as did the Cowboys and Titans. This Titans-Seahawks game was pretty great. And in the AFC column, the Browns did win, but my upset did not become correct as the Bills shut out Miami. Denver and New England both got nice wins, but the Raiders, they're 2-0, and the Ravens beat the Chiefs. Makes me super happy as a Ravens fan. So Week 2, probably honestly one of the better weeks of football that I've ever watched as a fan. I thought there was a lot of great games. And now we go into week number 3 as we start off in the AFC versus NFC column as the Carolina Panthers take on the Houston Texans for Thursday Night Football. This is a pretty unique matchup. I do have the Panthers beating the Texans. That Panthers defense, coordinated by Phil Snow, looks like one of the best leagues in the unit. And the Texans quarterback Tyler Taylor is out, so Davis Mills, the rookie, will be in. A tough defense against a rookie just goes in favor of Carolina. I do think the Texans will make some plays, but I got the Panthers 27-17 winning to start the week. Washington and Buffalo. This is a really interesting matchup because the Washington defense, people thought it was going to be a top unit. It's been a bit underwhelming. And then the Bills offense, people thought it would be a top unit. It's been a bit underwhelming. So, two kind of underwhelming units here. So who do I take? I'm going to go with the Bills beating Washington. Not only are the Bills at home, but the Buffalo wide receivers, Emmanuel Sanders, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, I think they're going to cause a lot of issues for very underwhelming Washington secondary. I like the Washington offense. You got Taylor Heineke, Antonio Gibson, Terry McLaurin. He had a really great week, too. That was neat to see. I, though, have the Bills by about 10 points or so. I don't bet, but I was just looking at kind of what people thought. People had the Bills like -9 or -7. I think the game will be a bit closer than that. All right, Chicago, Cleveland, Bears, Browns here. Two great defenses. You got Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, Adrian Amos, and that Bears defense definitely did show up last week against the Bengals. That Browns defense, you got Myles Garrett, John Johnson, Denzel Ward. So if you're a fan of defenses, I think it's going to be a very heavily defensive-focused game. However, the Browns' offense is just so smooth. Even though they're going to be missing playmakers, they just seem to be able to get stuff done on the running game. Meanwhile, Chicago's offense has become kind of stagnant and choppy. So I have the Browns beating the Bears. I don't think this game will be particularly close with Arizona and Jacksonville. I got the Cardinals beating the Jaguars by a good margin. It'll be cool to see Kyle Murray and Trevor Lawrence face off. Two young quarterbacks, always neat to see, but that Jaguars defense is terrible. I think the Cardinals wide receiving core, which has been insane this season, is going to have a field day in Jacksonville, so I got Arizona winning. Ravens, Lions, Baltimore, Detroit. Now, I think this game might be closer than some people think. The Ravens' defense, in terms of the secondary, is a bit, and they've had trouble with tight ends, and T.J. Hawkinson's a pretty good tight end for Detroit. However, I do think the Ravens beat the Lions. The Ravens' running game is unstoppable. We saw Monday night that the Lions just really had trouble containing the Packers' running game. I think the Ravens' running game is way better than Green Bay's. I think that there'll be times where Detroit might make things a bit interesting, but I got the Ravens. I'll say 33-23 if I were to do a score. So I got Baltimore going to 2-1. Lions go to 0-3. And I'm excited for this game. Saints, Patriots. This is kind of Tanner's game of the week here. New Orleans and New England. You got, Sean Payton, Bill Belichick going against it for coaching. This is honestly a coin flip game. I'm going to go with the Patriots. Both teams have pretty smooth offenses. I just feel like that the Patriots offense has been more consistent They, run the ball. Damian Harris is having a great season. Then they have short passes from Mac Jones, more efficient offense. While Jameis Winston and the Saints have been all over the place. I'll go New England. So that'll do it for the AFC versus NFC column. Some pretty unique matchups. We're now going to go to the AFC column. We usually do them last, so we'll do them second. Some pretty exciting games. We have 3 divisional games here. Starting off in the West, Chargers-Chiefs. I think this is going to be an absolute shootout. Herbert versus Mahomes. I got the Chiefs, though. The Chargers, they still look like they're trying to get used to kind of everything, while the Chiefs, they're just firing all cylinders. I do think these teams split games, but I have the Chiefs winning at home. I think each team will win at home in their matchups. Yeah, Kansas City, I have them going to 2-0. Chargers going 1-2, but I could see them really picking things up here towards the end of the season. I want to go to Tanner's upset of the week. I'm taking the Bengals over the Steelers. I know the Bengals offensive line is bad. I know the Steelers defensive line is great, but that Steelers offense just does not look good at all. Najee Harris has been underwhelming, and the Bengals defense has been pretty solid this season. They limited the Vikings in week 1 to about 20 points, and then last week against the Bears, some of the points were defensive that the Bears scored like a pick 6. So the Bengals defense has been nice. And I don't know, I just feel like Joe Burrow, he had all the picks last week. I think he's going to bounce back. And I got the Bengals winning. I think this will be a very low-scoring game, kind of the opposite of this one, but I got the Bengals winning. Colts-Titans, I always say I like Indianapolis. However, I have them going 0-3 as the Titans go to 2-1. That Tennessee offense is just clicking, and when it's clicking, it's dangerous. The Colts, just injuries, and that defense is concerning to me. I think Indy has a pretty tough season. Their schedule gets tougher down the road. So, yeah, I like the Colts, but I just don't think this is the year. Titans got that fantastic win overtime with Seattle week 2. I think here at home, it's kind of more of a smooth win. Jets-Broncos, veteran quarterbacks have tough playing in Mile High Stadium. So imagine the rookie Zach Wilson. Yeah, this is not going to be close. I got the Broncos winning by about 20 points. Zach Wilson, he's a gunslinger. He's going to turn the ball over. That Broncos defense is top tier. The edge pressure with Von Miller, and then you go to secondary Patrick Surtain. He's looked nice. I got Denver here winning pretty big. And their offense, too. Like, Teddy Bridgewater's been pretty good. Cortland Sutton's been balling out. Noah Fant. This is just a really complete team in Denver. And I know people said, oh, well, the Broncos have had 3 easy games. Well, they've won them convincingly, so a win is a win in football. I think this game kind of could be ugly if the Raiders and Dolphins here. Miami, Las Vegas, they had that pretty exciting game last week. I just don't know if both of the quarterbacks injured. The Raiders are the better team. I could see where Miami maybe takes the upset, but man, that offense looked pretty bad with Jacoby Brissett last week. And Jacoby Brissett's like a nice quarterback, so it's concerning that they got 0 points. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Their defense is playing pretty well. I'm not on the Raiders bandwagon hype train yet. I think they look pretty good. I don't know if they're like a playoff Super Bowl contender yet. They have some tougher games down the stretch here, just taking a peek at the schedule. They got the Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Cowboys. I want to see how they do against those teams before I make these big statements. But they look nice. And I was kind of low on the Raiders, so I will give them credit, and I have them going 3-0. Going to the NFC column, this game is honestly a coin flip with Falcons Giants. Both of these teams have had bad defenses, which is shocking because I thought New York would have like a top 10 unit. They have not. They've had the opposite. They've had, I think, a bottom 10 unit. The Falcons' defense is probably the worst in the league. I don't know. I think this game will be in the 30s. I have Calvin Ridley in some of my fantasy leagues. I think I'll have a big game. Hopefully Saquon gets going. I have him in a fantasy league. I feel like I like the Giants' offense and defense a bit better. I feel like Saquon could get going. I think this is going to be his breakout game. Honestly, though, it's a coin flip here. I'm excited for this game here. Buccaneers, Rams, Tampa Bay, and LA. Just so many talents on the field. You got Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Levante David, Devin White for the Buccaneers. And then you have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Aaron Donald for the Rams. Just going to be really awesome to see these two teams go at it. This is another close game. A lot of these games are this week. I'm going to go for Los Angeles. It's really close. Here's why. The Buccaneers defense has been good this year, but it's been splash plays. Forcing fumbles, pick sixes. I don't think the Rams are going to be turning the ball over that much. Just with that Sean McVay offense, they really don't turn the ball over. And the Rams matched up pretty well against the Buccaneers. The secondary can handle, I think, the Tampa Bay wide receivers pretty well. I could see a world where Tom Brady wins it with a last-second field goal, marches down the field, boom, Tampa Bay wins. But I think LA wins. I think this could be game of the week, and I got LA winning. Seahawks, Vikings, Seattle, Minnesota. Two teams are very similar. Underwhelming defenses, exciting offenses. Dalvin Cook's going to have a big game for the Vikings. That Seahawks run defense looks bad. However, I think Seattle wins. I just feel like that, when it comes to creating the play more and who can have more big plays offensively, I'm going to go Seattle on this one. I think they go 2-1. I think the Vikings go to 0-3. Tough season for Minnesota fans, and it doesn't get easier for them. Looking at the schedule, they have the Browns, and then they have Lions, and then Panthers, and look at this stretch. Cowboys, Ravens, Chargers. It's going to be tough for Minnesota fans. And then Sunday night, we have the Packers, 49ers. Green Bay and San Francisco have had some entertaining games the past 2 to 3 years. However, I got Green Bay winning this game. The 49ers secondary really concerns me, and I feel like Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers are just going to go at it. I think this game will be close, but I'll take Green Bay 34-23. I think they win San Francisco. The 49ers are 2-0. I do get that. But in both of their wins, I would have liked to see a bit more from their offense, especially in the Philly game. Speaking of Philly, they play the Cowboys Monday night. I'm going to take the Cowboys. Yes, the classic rivalry of the Eagles and the Cowboys. However, the Cowboys offense looks super smooth. And yes, the Eagles defense has looked good, but Brandon Graham is out for the season. Prayers up to him. The Cowboys, I just trust their offense more. And I think they win to end Week 3. And this is something cool about Week 3. This season begins, or the week begins in Texas, with the Texans hosting the Panthers. And the week ends in Texas with the Cowboys hosting the Eagles. I don't know if that's ever happened, but, where a week's begin in one state and ends in that same state. But hey, it's pretty cool. And that'll do it, everyone, for my predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until then, everyone, have a great day and enjoy watching some football.